The car's platform is beautiful, it shows a lot of potential, but out of the box, it needs work. It's got power, but what is power without being able to put it down correctly? Oh my God. You cannot handle it above whatever that speed was. Oh my God, that's gonna be a lot of, yeah, I see stuff coming out of it. Here's the thing, I'm not being harsh, I'm being realistic. And I gotta tell you, I'm not happy with the car. I have here the brand spanking new 1/7 scale Lancer EVO from Rlaarlo. Now, not only does this thing have a full legit light kit on it, it's also rated up to 6S, and this is also a 1/7 scale. We're gonna be doing some size comparisons today, top speed passes on and off-road, just as a rally car should, and we're just gonna see how well this rally car can hold up to some abuse. So if that seems interesting, we're gonna hop into this right now. Now here I have a couple comparisons regarding size with what we're gonna be comparing to the new 7 scale Lancer EVO. This here is an Arma Limitless that I actually have up for sale. Both of these are apparently 1/7 scale. Now this here is the 1/8 scale DSK buggy from Rlaarlo as well, so we can already see that there is a massive difference. Now that's really a duh kind of thing, because this is 8 scale, this is 7 scale. Now lining up the Limitless over here, we could have it just line to line. Now lining up the Limitless over here, we have hub to hub. The Limitless is actually about 1/2 of an inch longer. You could see that plain as day. And yeah, so I'm not too sure if Rlaarlo was going off of the scale size of the actual Lancer EVO or if they were doing RC wise. The size is still really nice. I really like it. Now there's a lot of things that I love about this car and one big thing that I absolutely do not. So I'm just gonna get into the thing that I do not like about this car right here. Now I understand that we're all doing the whole clipless body. It's more convenient. I get that. There's not one, there's not two, but there are 3 completely different clip body functions in order to understand and take off on and off every single time, in which I think that might be a little bit bothersome. I can imagine 1 or 2 tops, but there's 3 different ones. It's a bit much, honestly. But you can see over here we have this slide pin release thing. Okay, so that's 1. You also got to do the other side, no big deal. Under here, you have the little clip that you have to measure up every time. Also not too big of a deal. But you also have to measure this turn twist release right over there, and that's actually a bit much for taking the body on and off every single time. But I do understand that with this body, it is licensed. It looks identical to the real freaking thing. You really don't want to have your body post or body pins or whatever coming up like a regular RC car. So I guess if it fits, it ships. All right, so finally on the inside, that is actually a really heavy body. Yeah, it's because of the whole light kit and all the extra plastic parts, but it's cool. Now on the inside, what you can see, the first thing that caught my eyeballs is gonna be the carbon fiber topped off A-arms in the back, which is pretty cool. You also have your adjustable toe links and tie rods as well, which is really cool. You also have a carbon fiber servo mount in there as well. And here we have our 6S brushless system from Rlaarlo. What I really like about what goes on the motor, this heatsink, is that it not only does it come with a fan, but that's pretty much bare minimum. You could have another fan bolt to the top, which is great, and especially with it being over 95 degrees here in South Florida, twin fans is going to be a great thing to have, especially with a heatsink just like that. That's pretty cool how they add that. Suspension check. Yeah, the back is kind of springy actually. Yeah, but it feels very smooth, very nice. It's very consistent. What I do also like is that I can push down on the shocks all the way, and it does not touch the ground. Or at least the chassis. So it's pretty much limited from bottoming out on the actual ground. Same thing with the front. The front is also very smooth, but a lot stiffer. Now, another thing that I'll certainly tell you, I really appreciate that they added a pretty large battery tray. Now, this is a CNHL 5200 milliamp 6S, so it's not exactly small or short, and there's a lot more room for something even larger. What I really appreciate about this is that you can also reconfigure the chassis, put the motor here, and you could actually run 2 shorter batteries. So what comes standard in there, they give you a lot of options, which is pretty cool. Now, as for the light kit demonstration, you could see I could hit this one button right here. I hit it once, it turns our low beams. It's really hard to see out here in the bright sun, but I tap it again, then we have our high beams, much brighter. I could steer to the left, and you could check that out. We have our left blinker. Steer to the right, we have our Mr. Right blinky. Now, what is really cool is that it also has the brake and reverse function. So right there, I hit the brake, you can see the brake light lit, and then I let go, and I just back up a little bit, and you can actually barely see the reverse light. You see that white light right there? Now, another thing that is amazing, that I really love, I'm gonna actually have to flip it on its side to really show you up close. Whenever you let off the throttle, the little exhaust pipe has a light in it. You can see the pops and bang light, as I call it. That's the exhaust bangs. Now, right before we start these speed runs, make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more. I appreciate every single one of you guys who do so. All right, let's hop into this. All right, so here we go. We are all zeroed out over here. And with the new Evo, what I did was actually turn the steering rate down a little bit just because there's just way too much steering from the get-go. So we're gonna see how fast he could go now. All right, we're all turned around. Here we come with the 1/7 scale Evo from Rlaarlo. Oh my God. You cannot handle it above whatever that speed was. It just wants to rock and slide. Yeah, that was 44 and we were nowhere near full throttle. Nowhere near. Yeah, look at that. And I also did not touch the suspension, so it looks like the front seems to be too stiff. Yeah, that's probably something that I would really want to check out before anything. Oh, and we already bent this too. Okay. Yeah, so the light's already broken because when it slipped and slid right over here, I guess it pulled the wire out. Well, that's kind of disappointing. Let's try to do another speed run, see if we could get any faster than 44. I'm gonna ease into it now. Yeah, so far I'm not really happy with the high speed handling of this. I'm really not. No. No. This thing does not handle well at all on the road. And that should be the opposite. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm not exactly happy with that. I guess I could try to stuff this on the other side of the bumper. Okay, now we have no exhaust. This is stock suspension. And I just turned the gyro on right now. So I'm really trying to keep this thing as stock as possible when it comes to just steering, just drivability in general. And I wouldn't exactly say I'm not a good driver, but this really does not handle too well. Look how far my steering is, and it's still way too loose in the back. Now what I'm gonna do is turn the gyro on. So yeah, there you go. Now we have our gyro. I'm gonna see how well that goes. Oh no. Is there a way to turn that down? No. There's no way to turn that gyro down. That is way too much gyro action. Yeah. That is way too much. So there's really like nothing in the middle. All right, now I turned it off. Yeah, what was that? 20 miles an hour. Look at how the suspension is set up. The car still drives, but I'm just keeping it here so you guys can see. That is way too over exaggerated in the front. Yeah, and here's the finalized ripped out portion of the exhaust pipe. We have not broken 44 miles an hour, but I'll try to do one more time. No gyro, very low steering settings. I'm gonna try to ease into it. Yeah, and even then so, just right there, it's wanting to really be squiggly. Yeah, that was probably luck that time. We're gonna bring her back around now. Here we come. Oh my God, that's gonna be a lot of, yeah, I see stuff coming out of it. I mean, wouldn't exactly say the car handles well. We're still gonna test it on the dirt because it is a rally car, but at the end of the day, this is a perfect smooth road. It really is. It's not too smooth either. Yeah, that's my steering. And we have 54 miles an hour. It only cost us an exhaust pipe and a mirror. Oh, this is part of the intake, I guess. Yeah, the front of the intake. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not gonna over bluff when it comes to a brand new car review. I wanna stay as legitimate as possible. And I really can't even tell you. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Okay, I mean 54, that's pretty fast. But to what extent? I lost like 5 parts on the car. The headlight broke, it looked like. The exhaust is gone, intake scoop, mirror's gone. I guess we'll see what it's like off-road now. All right, so we're all zeroed out. We're gonna be doing the off-road speed run session now. We're gonna see how well it does. Oh my God. Oh. I did not see this rock right here. Oh man. Well, for some reason it still works. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that just completely ripped every single body mount off. How fast were we going? Exactly 40. Exactly 40 miles an hour on 6S. I wasn't really near full throttle, but that rock really put a slowdown to things. All right, so that latching body clip mechanism completely broke off of the top here, so I can't secure this down. This one just ripped all the screws out, so I guess we just have the front and the back part. I mean, can it even stay on? All right, so I have the gyro on now. You can see how it's just kind of going back and forth. I'm trying to compensate a little bit. I mean, if the center diff was just built right, it would transfer more power to the front instead of the back, and it would not be doing that whole wobbly thing that you guys just saw. There you go. All right, so this is all without gyro right now, so I'm really just feeling the raw handling of this vehicle, in which I definitely feel if they built it the same way like they did the DSK buggy, like the center diff, it would be more than fine. I know that for a fact. I mean, it's certainly fast, it really is, but handling is horrific. All right, there you go. This here is just absolute rally stuff. It is a legitimate monster. It most certainly is, but when it comes to handling, it needs better center differential work. And the front end should not be raised that high up off the ground. You know, I'm really testing this as if it's straight out of the box. That's why I didn't really do any suspension tuning. I mean, it took us a bunch of parts to break and probably were around $100 worth of repair. I mean, the car still runs, but to get the body back up and going, lights are not on. Yeah, so light kit is gone. Yeah. Oh man, guys, I had to come back into the car. I just stopped the video because I was pretty done driving it. I'm not gonna blow smoke in your guys' direction. I got the car for free, just as many other influencers do. That's not new news. That's, you know, we already know that. I'm genuinely going to say it needs improvement. It needs a lot of improvement regarding handling. And what I can compare it to is actually the Subaru rally car. It's a much smaller vehicle that Rlaarlo makes. Amazing. That is one of the best small scale rally cars that you can get. Handling, performance, durability, killer car. This has none of that. It's not any of that. It's got power, but what is power without being able to put it down correctly? Okay, so we turn the gyro on. Gyro, it's either all or nothing. You can't dial it down. A gyro is only supposed to make minor adjustments. It's not supposed to try to take control and it's going to be looking back and forth because it's way too sensitive. You can't adjust it. The suspension is just not right. The suspension feels good. It feels good. The suspension action is amazing, but it's not set up right for what the car is. Rally entails going on tarmac, asphalt, whatever, on-road, off-road, dirt, snow, basic average of every kind of surface that you can drive the car on, and it really didn't do that too well. Here's the thing, I'm not being harsh, I'm being realistic, and I gotta tell you, I'm not happy with the car. I stopped driving it because I actually lost interest. What am I gonna do? Just break it some more? The car is new, the platform is new. I completely get that. So I'm disappointed, but I'm not like all hope is lost, if you know what I mean. The car's platform is beautiful. It shows a lot of potential, but out of the box, it needs work. Rlaarlo, I hope I don't upset you guys. I'm very appreciative that you sent me out the car to test, but what I am not is a liar. I'm not gonna blow smoke up anyone's behind and not deliver the truth. But I do know that Rlaarlo has always delivered. They have always improved as well. So this here is one of their first 7-scale on-road models. It's brand new. So yeah, there's a lot of potential with the car, and I know that Rlaarlo will deliver. I know that they'll do better. All right, so we're pretty much done here. That is my raw, honest truth and my thoughts about the brand new Lancer EVO 1/7 scale car from Rlaarlo. Appreciate all of you guys for watching. Make sure you stay safe and have a good one.